So was BYU last year in Kevin Young's first season. How would you characterize, Kevin, just the transition, year one to year two? How do you feel going into this season?
Just more comfort, just in terms of knowing what to expect with the league and the coaches and the atmospheres and the officiating and all the things that come with the Big 12. But in some ways, it's more scary because we know it's coming. Last year, we didn't know what we were doing, and so such a hard league, but really excited.
Yeah, I'm going to let him talk about your precocious freshman because he's getting a lot of attention, deservedly so. I love, and you do too, Richie Saunders. What's it mean to you that he's back? And even you told me last year that you thought he could have been ready for the league, and you know the league better than anybody. But what's it mean to you to have Richie Saunders back? And describe him as a player.
Yeah, well, number one, it means the world, honestly, because he's a guy that, you know, the year we had last year was we had to earn our keep. You know, we didn't start out very good, and we had to work super hard every day to get better, and it finally kind of clicked, and he understood and understands what went into that. And so that's been a message, albeit a different team this year, that we try to preach. And he's a guy that knows what we talk about when we're talking about that stuff, not to mention all the nuances of how we want to play. So it's just critical. You know, we've asked him to be a captain this year for obvious reasons. And in terms of his game, I mean, in a person, unbelievable human being, number one, extremely hard worker, and just shoots the cover off the ball. He's had an unbelievable preseason and practice. He's been really, really good. And, you know, the key with him, along with the rest of our guys, is how quickly can they all figure each other out, right? And we've had some injuries in the preseason that's kind of derailed that a little bit, so we're trying to fast-track the best we can.
Yeah, Coach mentioned A.J., obviously a special talent, a guy that could be very easily the number one pick in the June NBA draft. You've been in the league. You've been around some of the greatest players to ever play this game. How does that experience help you lead him on this journey over the next 8 months?
Well, I mean, for one, it gives us a starting point in terms of that's where he wants to get to. Obviously, I've been there, and so I think there's just a mutual respect that we have because of that. And so the thing that A.J. does a great job of is he's extremely coachable, you know, and he does what we ask him to do. And he's different than a lot of young guys because most young guys, you know, it reminds me of my kids. I have to tell them to take the trash out 10 different times. You know, with A.J., you tell him something one time and he's going to do it, right? And so that I think it shows a sign of maturity for him. He really wants to do what we ask, and so that's something that we love coaching him, and I think that separates him in a lot of ways.
Rob Wright had a terrific freshman year in the league. You knew about him. What is an area that you feel that you can help him with because he's still a developing, really talented young guy?
Yeah, so we've talked a lot about just paint decision-making for him. He's so quick. You know, it's a blessing and a curse because he can get wherever he wants. And so now it becomes, can I read the second layer of defense and oftentimes the third layer because he gets all the way to the basket. And so, you know, trying to streamline his efficiency, that's something we talk about with all of our players, but particularly our guys that get the ball to the painted area. Are they making the right decision, not just throwing something up? And because then that impacts, Richie's getting kickouts or AJ's getting kickouts. We want to create as many closeouts as we can, and with his speed and his ball handling ability, he's a key cog in that.
This is like A.J. Corner over here. Got a bunch of Dybantsa questions. Got to see him in high school at Prolific Prep, Utah Prep, and now heading into college, talking to Paul Biancardi, our national recruiting analyst, he makes the comparison of Tracy McGrady type of player. What do you see when you see him? Is there anyone you would compare him to, and what are reasonable expectations for a guy with this kind of hype?
Yeah, I mean, he's I think when I go to comparisons, oftentimes it's body type, right? Like so, like in my era, right, when I got into the league, Tracy was already gone. So Paul George comes to mind. You know, had several playoff series against Paul when he was in his prime. I think defensively, they remind me of each other. You know, the ability to do a lot of different things with the ball in his hands. But he's unique because I don't think you can pigeonhole him. I know he doesn't like to get pigeonholed, and he just tries to be the best version of himself. And that's, again, going back to the coachability. For me, it's the maturity and the mentality that he has that I've really, really been drawn to.
We've talked about your big three stars already, but Kennard Davis is a guy that when I came and watched your team practice, I left talking about. What is it about Kennard Davis that people are going to learn about this transfer from Southern Illinois?
Yeah, unbelievable defender. You know, he's and I've been around a lot of good players. I mean, he's one of the best defenders that I've been around and been able to coach. I mean, and by the way, he has his hands full every day with guarding guys like, AJ and guys like Rob Wright. So it's not like he's guarding me out there. You know what I mean? He actually has his hands full. But he's a grown man. He's a junkyard dog type. I think our fans will definitely grow to love just how hard he plays and takes on that, challenge. Like I heard someone the other day asking for his NBA comp. He said Lou Dort, right? So that's, he wakes up, he's eating rocks for breakfast, that kind of guy.
Open the season November 3rd against Villanova in Las Vegas. Congrats on everything so far. Really looking forward to watching you guys play.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep. Good luck.
Kevin Young, head coach of the BYU Cougars. And again, reason for a lot of hype surrounding BYU, AJ Dybantsa. Top player in the country, perhaps the number one pick in the draft with Chancellor.
I'm now joined by the biggest recruit in BYU history. I know as someone who hopes to have a long and storied basketball career, what comes to mind as you get ready to write this college chapter of your journey?
I mean, just win. I mean, everybody has a lot of expectations for me, but my main thing is to win the Big 12, win a national title. Hasn't been done before here.
Whether it's across the country or right here in the Big 12, there's plenty of really talented freshmen.
Yeah.
What separates you from everybody else?
I mean, I think I'm pretty versatile. I think I can play 1 through 4. I think I can guard 1 through 4.
You think or you know?
I mean, I know. But, everybody else has their opinions. But, I mean, I just try to do a little bit of everything on the court, score, rebound, defend. I just think I'm one of the more versatile players in the country. When
you chose BYU, it shocked some people. But what have you learned about being on campus that has shown you that you made the right decision?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I knew I made the right decision. Obviously, I damn near committed on my visit, but just everybody being in that family-like atmosphere. I go to class, I'm in person with it, and everybody's still normal, everybody's still regular. I'd be in the student section at the football games. I'd be having a time, so I know I picked the right choice.
Well, obviously, there's a lot of excitement about the basketball team. Also, a lot of excitement about the football team. You were there at that last game, the Holy War. Just what is the energy around that city right now?
Yeah, I mean, I heard all about it when you commit. Like, they don't like Utah and all that. I wasn't the biggest. I'm not from here, so I don't really know. But when we weren't there, they showed it to me, and they rushed the field after, so it was fun.
Yeah. I know you've never shied away about your aspirations to play at the next level. So I want to put you on the record right now. Am I sitting with the 2026 number 1 overall pick?
I mean, if I was a GM, I would draft myself. But, it's all about the fit, all about the right fit. Certain teams got to pick certain people.
Well, we look forward to covering you and watching that journey throughout the season. Matt?
For sure.